So all I was saying at the end of the last video is that sometimes or often when you insert time, you'll scrub the playhead or hit the spacebar and play your video and things won't show up. So you just simply go File, Save, File, Close, File, Open, and then things seem to be working fine again. Um, just a little bit here on section 1. You will be creating an animation now that you're adding to your project that's only 9 seconds long, and it should actually resolve at the 8-second mark, stay on for 1 second, so you really only have to come up with 8 seconds worth of animation. Make yours creative. This is your first time to be creative on this project. Up until now, you had just been copying what I'm doing, so don't do that. Come up with something really interesting. So, and I can't tell you how strongly I suggest that you go to your sketch pad or just a scrap piece of paper and sketch out what you want to accomplish over the next 8 seconds. This is not only great practice for storyboarding, but it can also save you a ton of frustration because as you're doing it, you'll realize, what can I actually accomplish in only 8 seconds? And what is it that I want to do? If you want things rotating, then you know what you need to focus on. If you need color changing, if you can't think of anything at first, then a great source of inspiration is right over here in the Properties panel. Since you're working with text, just bring out your initial text. I have to go over here to more completed state for mine, but click on some text and look at all those different properties that you can select. They should be very fresh in your mind. At this point, you'll be animating a lot of different things to make it look interesting. So far, we had mostly been only animating 1 or 2 things at a time. So here, you can probably guess that I'm using masking to make my actual animation work. And then I bring in these additional elements of the text here. But the only requirement is that you just animate things I can animate using just Edge. It doesn't have to be formatted like mine. It can be left justified. Animate doesn't have to be the biggest word. Whatever you want to do. Remember that you can always preview your animation by hitting the space bar, and you get a preview of what's going on right here inside the screen. You can see just exactly what speed that's happening at, if it's going too fast. A key thing that happens a lot of times to beginning animators is they tend to animate too fast because they know where it's going, but you have to keep in mind your audience doesn't. So very often you have to either, one, get away from it, take your lunch break, come back, play it with a fresh mind, but also show it to other people quite often. And also remember the other way to preview your animation, what people would see if they were to view it in a website, for example, is to hold down the Command key and hit return, and there you get to see what it looks like inside of your chosen web browser. In this case, Chrome is set up as my default. And if you want to, rather than have to go back and do that again, if you just want to see the beginning, come over here or wherever in your browser refreshes. In Chrome, it's over here. A lot of browsers, it's over here. But you click on this refresh or reload button, and it will play the animation once again from the beginning. Because what it's doing is just reloading the page and bringing in all the assets that make up your animation. So once again, that's how you get to see the animation in a browser. So that's it. I'm willing to help you out with any questions that you have. Look forward to seeing what you create.